Ah, yes, Blasphemous 2, the long awaited sequel to Blasphemous 1. This is a game near and dear to my heart. I loved Blasphemous 1. I love the Catholic horror genre where everything is covered in barbs and spikes, and it feels like Dark Souls if Dark Souls also took place at a church. I think it's great. Metroidvanias are one of my favorite types of games. Souls-likes are one of my favorite types of games, and Blasphemous prides itself on being sort of a blend of the two. I think they do it very successfully. So let's get straight to the point here. Blasphemous 2 just expands on Blasphemous 1 in every way possible. Basically, there are multiple weapons, 3 to be precise, each specializing in either strength, sort of dexterity or agility, and then a blend of the two, right? Like a quality build, a balanced build. The strength weapon is great. It's a big swinging incense ball. The quality / balance build is just like a normal sword. And then the other one is a very light attack dual dagger / rapier type weapon. Each of these have a special skill tree that you can unlock, extra attacks, specials, whatever within them. So really this game gives you the option to not only completely specialize in one of these weapons, but also play with all 3 of them, which I think is great. I found myself going back and forth mostly between the strength weapon and the balanced sword. Sometimes one was right, sometimes the other was right. It just depended on what I was trying to do at that time, and different bosses kind of seemed to favor different approaches. Let's talk about the map. Metroidvanias are all about exploring. They're all about intricately laid levels that double back on themselves or have areas that you can't, access the first time you pass through it. Maybe you need a special key or a skill like a double jump to get to it. These games are all about finding those skills, coming back to areas you've already been through, and accessing parts of them that you previously could not. Blasphemous 2 completely succeeds at that. It is a fucking blast to explore this map. I have heard and read, actually, that this map is partially, in a lot of ways, the same as the map from Blasphemous 1, just expanded and changed a little bit. At some point, I think I saw one sort of overlaid on the other. Look, guys, I'm going to be honest. I played through the entire first Blasphemous a few years ago, and if you told me that Blasphemous 2 was a completely new map, I would believe you. I would never in a million fucking years know that they were connected, outside of just feeling like a Blasphemous game. This map has lots of diversity in its areas, right? They have the classic sort of gothic cathedral look that Blasphemous is known for. We've also got deserts, caves, forests, and sort of like sky palaces. It's amazing. As far as look, feel, and design, I have always loved Blasphemous, and this just doubles down on what Blasphemous does best, right? Creepy NPCs. There's 2 I can think of right off the top of my head that I loved. One is sort of a weird, silly glove that has people sucking and kissing on its fingers. It felt very naughty and sexual. I loved that one. The other one is an NPC that has cherubs peeling back her skin, pulling her, like the skin of her hands off, and then eventually up her arms. It kind of gets worse and worse every time you go back to her. Loved those, and there are many more like them in this game. It's just an awesome environment. It feels scary and bizarre and twisted and fucked up. Let's talk a little bit about boss battles. Of course, the other thing outside of exploration that a Metroidvania does is epic boss battles. And of course, Blasphemous 2 does not disappoint. I absolutely loved the bosses in this game. They felt like the right blend of challenging but fair. Some of them I found to be supremely difficult, others moderately difficult. And in a way, I kind of liked that. It felt like the flow was good. Right out of the gate, I thought it was a pretty hard boss 1. And then I felt like I got a break on the next one, and then the next one after that would be even harder, so on and so forth. It really felt good all the way to the end of the game. I thought they nailed the boss thing, and especially because it felt like I was being forced to use these different weapons that I was given to experiment on these bosses, right? The strength one, the quality one, sometimes even the dexterity one I had to pull out, even though I did not specialize in that, and it did help me get through the game. All in all, I would say the mechanics feel very fluid in Blasphemous 2. The combat feels great. The magic skills that they introduced in this game are fun as fuck to use, and they encourage multiple playthroughs. It really feels like you can't sort of get through everything on your first time. You should come back and play it again and try a different build. So overall, I have to say Blasphemous 2 is a big recommend from your old buddy Taint Peter if you like Metroidvanias, if you like Souls-like games, if you like sort of character customization and boss battles, this is a game for you. If you like Blasphemous 1, especially come back. It's all that and more. So all in all, I would say I would give this a 9 out of 10 on the Taint Peter scale. It's only not a 10 because they didn't invent this genre or really do anything new. They just did a really good version of a well-worn format, which is a metroidvania, and even more specifically, a Metroid Souls-like type game. They nailed it. They're only missing a 10 because they didn't invent anything new here. They just did a great fucking job of doing this type of game. So if that's for you, go check it out. Your old buddy Taint recommends it. See you guys next time.